I mean, it's so impressive what you and Matt are doing together, what you're doing individually. I don't know how you can keep this momentum going, and somehow you are.
That's something that we talk about all the time is, we've been speaking about it the last few weeks. I think winding down the year and going into the next year, I think it's common for everyone to get a little bit reflective, but we've both kind of been sitting here going, wow, like we had such an amazing year. What are we doing next year to top this? Because if you're not going up, you start going down.
Right.
So we're already brainstorming of like this and like certain places we want to go that we haven't wrestled at yet, different countries we want to go to, all what can we add to our act? What can we maximize for our social media? What can we be doing more of? Like him and I are always thinking of what's next and what we can be doing more of, and we're never getting complacent. And I think that's why this pairing has worked so well, because it's not one person steering the ship and dragging the other person along. It is a very equal, we're both super motivated and we're also both motivating each other.
How did you and Matt even get connected in the first place?
So we were on a tour in Australia in, I think, March of this year for World Series Wrestling. And he came up to me. I guess we had met each other like once before, but just a hi and bye. But he came up to me and he was like, hey, I have a question to ask you. And instantly I'm going, I've done something wrong. I've shit talked someone. I've buried myself somehow. Like what? I'm about to get yelled at. Like it was like, this is negative. And he goes, do you want to work with me on the indies? Like, do you want to be my heater?
Wow.
I said, are you serious?
Because Chelsea had just got re-signed by WWE.
Yes. And
And
he's going, what's next?
Yeah.
And actually, before he even said that, he goes, question, are you signed anywhere? And I said, no. And he goes, perfect. Do you want to be my heater? And I said, yes, 1,000%. He goes, you can take some time to think. I said, there's nothing to think about. What are you talking about? I said, me? Are you sure? He goes, yes. I was like, 100% yes.
Did he tell you what it was specifically that he saw in you?
He just said that he saw my look and thought I looked very unique and my size, and he was impressed, I guess, with the work that I did on the shows and the fact that I could speak on the microphone, and was like, she is, what I need.
Yeah, you're way taller than people think.
Yeah, I'm like 5'10", I'm pretty much 6 foot in wrestling boots, so yeah.
So if you're 5'10" in real life, you're like 6'2".
Exactly, yeah, you can just keep adding in the wrestling
I'm
world.
6'4" now.
Yeah, next year I'll be 6'7", it's crazy.
And I think Matt flew you in, right?
He did, yeah. So the first weekend, we were in Australia, and I was going to stay for an extra week and a half to spend time with my family. And Matt goes, look, there's a GCW show this weekend. Let's try and get you on it. Do you think you could change your flight? And I said, without a doubt. And I went home and I said to my mum, like, look, I know it's my dad's birthday this week. I know we have this dinner planned. I know I'm meant to be spending time with the family. And she said, Steph, we sat down and you and I had this conversation. This year is about wrestling. Like this year, more than any other year, you have to go balls to the wall. This is about wrestling. You need to go. It's not even a question. So my mom, the legend she is, sits there, rings United, gets my flight changed for me, just sorts it all out, sends me off. So then, I had one day with the family, and then I went straight back, and Matt was speaking to Brett Lauderdale, the promoter of GCW. Hey, I've got this new girl. I really think it's going to work, XYZ. And Brett goes, I don't care. I'm not interested. And Matt goes, dude, come on. It's going to be really good. He goes, nah. And I'd been trying to get booked at I was left on red for 6 months from Brett. I was trying to get booked in I had Joey Janela putting in words for me. I had people at every angle trying to get me into GCW because I knew that was the place to be. And it was all falling on deaf ears. So then Matt said, okay, no worries. So he bought me a flight, bought me a hotel, paid me my full rate that weekend to fly in and do a run in. And then as soon as we rocked up, me and Matt, and we went up to Brett, and he turned around and goes, whoa, you're here? And we said, yeah. Matt goes, I'm not joking about this, dude. This is going to be a really hot act. And then I think he saw it all unfold and was like, okay. And then he was on board, and then we got rolling.
The thing that's so impressive about you as an individual, Matt as an individual, is you guys are willing to take chances. And I think there's a lot of indie wrestlers that go, well, that's a good idea, but I don't know, I'd have to buy this flight, and then I have to pay for this hotel, and I'm just not going to do it. You guys just go for it.
Yeah, I think so, and I have this conversation all the time. I think so many people in life, but especially in wrestling and independent wrestling, they're their own worst enemy, and they get in their own way, and they tell themselves no before someone else tells them no. And I've always made sure that I don't do that. I've always taken what's the worst thing that happens? They say no.
Yep.
I've always just tried to take the leap. And I said it to Matt too when the first First couple of weeks, we were sitting down at a diner eating, and we were just kind of in that getting to know each other phase. And I said, look, you don't know it yet, but you picked the right girl. I said, I don't have bags of money, but anything that you need me to invest money in, I will do. I will spend money on gear. I will spend money on whatever I need to for wrestling because I see the investment in this. And as committed as you are to this, I am just as committed, if not more. And I'm willing to make this work. I promise you.